Henry was an elderly man who lived a quiet life in a charming suburban home on the outskirts of Chicago. His days were mostly filled with the peaceful routine of tending to his garden and spending time with his loyal cat, Milo. Despite the tranquility of his surroundings, Henry faced the ongoing struggle of managing his finances in retirement. The small pension he received barely covered his expenses, and Milo's medical care was becoming increasingly expensive. Nevertheless, Henry cherished the calm of his suburban retreat, finding solace in the simple pleasures of his life. His daughter, Linda, lived in the city apartment Henry had once called home. Linda was an art teacher who had her own set of challenges. She was still struggling to get her life in order, juggling her job and personal issues without much success. Despite her struggles, she managed to maintain a close, if not always convenient, relationship with her father. Henry appreciated Linda's visits, but he knew her life was busy and complicated. One crisp autumn afternoon, Henry sat in his cozy living room, Milo curled up on the arm of his chair as he scrolled through his computer. A peculiar advertisement caught his eye. "Grandfather for a girl needed. Contact us." The ad seemed out of place amid the usual job postings and classified ads. Henry was intrigued, but unsure if he should respond. After a moment of hesitation, he decided to call the number provided. The phone rang twice before a warm female voice answered. "Hello, this is Jessica." "Hello, my name is Henry. I saw your ad about needing a grandfather figure. Is this for real?" Henry asked, his curiosity piqued. "Yes, it is." "I'm Jessica," the woman replied. "I'm looking for someone to be a grandfather figure for my daughter, Luna. She's had a difficult time lately, and we think having a supportive presence in her life might help." Henry listened carefully as Jessica explained Luna's situation. Luna was an 8-year-old girl who used a wheelchair. After a traumatic event, witnessing her grandmother's sudden death, she had been paralyzed, an experience that had deeply affected her both physically and emotionally. Jessica was hopeful that a kind, caring older man like Henry could provide Luna with the emotional support she needed. Despite his own financial struggles and the demands of caring for Milo, Henry felt a pang of empathy for Luna. The idea of helping a child in need struck a chord with him. "I'd be willing to meet with you and discuss this further," Henry said, trying to mask his nervousness. Jessica agreed to visit Henry the following day. When the day arrived, Jessica came to Henry's home with a driver and a sense of purpose. Her driver, a stern-looking man, waited outside while Jessica entered Henry's modest house. Henry greeted her at the door, offering a warm smile. His home was neat, with well-tended plants and a welcoming atmosphere. Jessica took in the sight, nodding in approval. "Thank you for coming," Henry said as they settled into his living room. He offered Jessica tea, which she accepted. They sat down, and Jessica began to explain more about Luna and her needs. "I appreciate the opportunity to meet," Jessica began. "Luna is a bright, loving girl, but her recent experiences have left her withdrawn. I believe that having a grandfather figure might give her the emotional boost she needs to heal. We've seen how children can connect with older generations in meaningful ways." Henry listened intently, sensing the gravity of Jessica's words. He shared a bit about his own life, his retirement from factory work, and his love for cats. He spoke warmly of Milo, hoping to convey his caring nature. Jessica seemed satisfied with what she heard. "You seem like someone who could be a positive influence on Luna," Jessica said, her tone hopeful. "If you're interested, we'd like you to start as soon as possible. I can arrange for you to come to our home and spend time with Luna." Henry agreed to the arrangement. "I'm willing to give it a try," he said. "Would you like me to come over?" Jessica explained that Henry could start the next day. "I'll send a car to pick you up. We'll start with a trial period to see how things go." As Jessica prepared to leave, Henry felt a mixture of excitement and apprehension. He was eager to help, but also nervous about the new responsibility. Jessica assured him that everything would be fine and that she would be in touch soon. Henry spent the rest of the day preparing for his new role. He tidied up his home, made sure Milo was well cared for, and thought about what he might say to Luna. Despite his nerves, Henry felt a growing sense of anticipation. Little did he know that this unexpected opportunity would lead to a profound and life-changing connection for both him and Luna. The next day, Henry found himself in a luxurious part of Chicago, heading to Jessica's opulent house. As he approached, he couldn't help but marvel at the grandeur of the place. A new chapter was about to begin, and Henry was ready to step into his role as a grandfather figure. Henry arrived at Jessica's luxurious house, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nerves. The grandeur of the estate was a stark contrast to his modest suburban home. A large, elegant gate opened to reveal a sprawling garden and a grand entrance. A housekeeper named Sarah greeted him warmly at the door and led him inside. "Welcome, Mr. Henry. Jessica will be with you shortly. Please make yourself comfortable," Sarah said, guiding him to a beautifully decorated sitting room. Henry took a seat on a plush sofa, his eyes taking in the opulence around him. Jessica soon appeared, her demeanor professional yet kind. "I'm glad you could make it, Henry. Let me introduce you to Luna." Jessica led Henry through the house to a cozy, well-appointed room where Luna, an 8-year-old girl with a bright smile, was waiting in her wheelchair. Luna's eyes lit up when she saw Henry, and she extended a small hand in greeting. "Hello, Luna," Henry said gently, shaking her hand. "I'm Henry. It's nice to meet you." Luna looked up at him with a mix of curiosity and shyness. "Hi, Henry. I'm Luna," she replied softly. Henry took a seat beside Luna, and Jessica and Sarah stepped back, allowing them some space. Henry began sharing stories from his life, hoping to connect with Luna. He spoke of his retirement from factory work and his life with his cat, Milo, who he described as a loyal and affectionate companion. "I used to work at a factory as a milling cutter," Henry said, smiling. "After I retired, I spent most of my time at home with Milo. He's a good friend, always there to keep me company." Luna listened intently, her interest piqued. "I like cats too," she said quietly. "I had a cat once, but she went away." Henry could see that Luna's interest was genuine. "Well, Milo is quite the character. He's getting older now, but he still likes to play and explore the garden. Maybe you can visit him sometime." Jessica watched from a distance, hopeful that Henry's stories and kind demeanor would help Luna open up. She noticed how Luna's face softened as she listened and felt a glimmer of hope that this new arrangement might be just what her daughter needed. Over the next few weeks, Henry began to visit Jessica's home regularly. His presence quickly became a comforting constant in Luna's life. They spent their days together doing various activities. Henry accompanied Luna to her rehabilitation sessions, supporting her with encouraging words and gentle conversations. He also took her to the pool, where they enjoyed the water together. During their outings, Luna seemed more relaxed and engaged, enjoying Henry's company and the fresh air. Henry's days off were spent in a different way. He invited Luna to his suburban home, where she found joy in the simpler things. Luna loved playing with Milo, who welcomed her with purring affection. The time spent in Henry's garden was a favorite of Luna's. She would sit on the soft grass, feeling the warmth of the sun and the gentle breeze. The peaceful surroundings and Henry's attentive care seemed to have a calming effect on her. Jessica and Sarah observed the positive changes in Luna. The girl who had once been withdrawn and reserved was beginning to show signs of joy and curiosity. Her interactions with Henry were becoming more animated and genuine. Jessica was encouraged by the progress and often found herself in conversations with Sarah about how much of a difference Henry was making in Luna's life. One weekend, Henry felt a bit under the weather. He had been experiencing some high blood pressure and decided to take it easy. "Luna, why don't you feed Milo while I rest for a bit?" Henry suggested, feeling a bit fatigued. "I'll be in my room, but I'll join you for dinner later." Luna nodded and carefully wheeled herself into the kitchen to tend to Milo. As she did so, she couldn't shake the worry she felt for Henry. She had grown fond of him, and the thought of him not feeling well made her anxious. After feeding Milo, Luna decided to check on Henry. She found him lying in his bed, looking pale and unresponsive. In a moment of panic, Luna felt her heart race. She feared the worst. With a sudden burst of adrenaline, she managed to stand up from her wheelchair. Driven by a mix of fear and concern, she stumbled toward Henry, her legs feeling weak but determined. "Henry," Luna cried out, her voice trembling. "Henry, please wake up." Henry, startled by Luna's urgent call, opened his eyes and saw the look of sheer panic on her face. "Luna, what's wrong?" he asked, his voice strained but concerned. "I thought you were—" "I was so scared," Luna said, tears streaming down her cheeks. Henry, relieved but concerned, took Luna's hand. "It's okay, Luna. I'm just resting. You were very brave to come over here." As Luna sat back down in her wheelchair, she noticed that her legs felt different. The fear and adrenaline from the earlier incident seemed to have had an unexpected effect. Henry's presence and the emotional surge had given her a newfound determination she hadn't felt in a long time. Jessica arrived soon after to pick up Luna and was met with an incredible sight. Luna, with Henry's support, was standing and taking tentative steps. The sight of her daughter walking, even if only for a short distance, filled Jessica with overwhelming joy and hope. The incident marked the beginning of a remarkable transformation for Luna, with Henry's continued support deepening the bond between them and setting the stage for Luna's eventual recovery. The days following the weekend incident were filled with a renewed sense of hope and determination. Luna's breakthrough, standing and taking a few steps, had ignited a new energy in her. Henry continued to visit Jessica's luxurious house regularly, reinforcing his bond with Luna. The atmosphere in the house was filled with optimism as everyone witnessed the positive changes in Luna. Henry maintained his routine of supporting Luna during her rehabilitation sessions and taking her to various activities. Each day, Luna seemed more confident and eager to engage in new challenges. Henry's gentle encouragement and the comfort of his presence were making a significant difference. One afternoon, Henry and Luna were at the pool, enjoying their usual routine. Henry had always been good at keeping Luna engaged, whether through storytelling or simply talking about everyday things. Today, he told her amusing anecdotes from his past, making her laugh and forget her worries. "You know, Luna," Henry said with a chuckle, "when I was young, I used to get into all sorts of trouble. There was this one time when I accidentally broke a neighbor's window with a baseball. I was so scared that I tried to fix it myself." Luna giggled, her eyes sparkling with amusement. "Did you get into trouble?" "Oh, definitely." "My parents were not pleased," Henry replied, laughing, "but it taught me to be more careful." The playful conversation helped Luna relax, and she enjoyed her time at the pool. After their swim, they took a leisurely stroll around the garden. Henry's stories and Luna's laughter filled the air, making the afternoon feel like a normal, happy day. Back at Jessica's house, Sarah continued to notice Luna's progress. The girl who had once been so quiet and reserved was now more animated and engaged. Jessica could see the difference in Luna's demeanor as well. The signs of recovery were evident, and Jessica was grateful for Henry's unwavering support. One evening, as Henry prepared for his visit to Jessica's house, he noticed that he was feeling unusually fatigued. His high blood pressure had been acting up, and he decided to rest for a bit before heading out. Henry was determined not to let his health issues interfere with his commitment to Luna, but he knew he needed to take care of himself. At Jessica's house, Luna was eagerly waiting for Henry's arrival. The routine of seeing him each day had become an integral part of her life, and she looked forward to their time together. However, as the evening progressed, Jessica noticed that Henry hadn't shown up yet. Concerned, she decided to call him. Henry answered the phone with a weak voice. "Hello, Jessica. I'm sorry, but I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. I didn't want to risk spreading anything if I'm unwell." Jessica's concern grew. "Henry, it's important that you take care of yourself. Maybe we should reschedule today's visit." Henry appreciated Jessica's understanding, but insisted he was okay. "I'll be fine. It's just a little rest I need." Meanwhile, Luna was growing increasingly anxious. She missed Henry's presence and was worried about him. Her worry intensified as the evening wore on, and she began to feel a deep sense of longing for the comforting presence of her grandfather figure. As the night drew in, Jessica received a call from Sarah, who had been checking on Henry. Sarah informed her that Henry was not in good shape and suggested they visit him to ensure he was okay. Jessica agreed, and they quickly made their way to Henry's suburban home. When Jessica and Luna arrived at Henry's house, they found him resting in bed, looking pale and exhausted. Luna's heart sank as she saw Henry's condition. She felt a rush of emotions and, in her panic, forgot about her wheelchair. Determined to help, she stood up and moved toward Henry, her legs feeling weak but motivated by her concern for him. Jessica rushed to Henry's side, checking his vitals and ensuring he was okay. Henry, startled but relieved to see Jessica and Luna, reassured them, "It's okay. I'm just tired and needed some rest. I'm fine." Luna, still trembling, took Henry's hand. "Henry, I was so scared. I thought something was really wrong." Henry, feeling a mix of relief and concern, comforted her. "I'm okay. Luna, you're very brave for coming here." Jessica and Sarah helped Henry back to a comfortable position, and Luna sat beside him, holding his hand. The incident had left everyone shaken but hopeful. The love and concern they shared for one another had brought them even closer. The bond between Henry and Luna grew stronger as they continued to support each other. Luna's courage, in the face of fear, had made a significant impact. Over the next few weeks, Luna's determination to recover only intensified with Henry's encouragement and the unwavering support of Jessica and Sarah. Luna's journey toward full recovery was well underway. The positive changes in Luna were becoming more apparent. Her steps were becoming more confident, and her smile was more frequent. The emotional support she received from Henry had given her the strength to push through her challenges. Henry's health improved, and he continued to visit Jessica's house regularly. Each visit was a reminder of the deep connection he had with Luna. The transformation in Luna's life was a testament to the power of companionship and the healing it could bring. Weeks passed, and the changes in Luna were nothing short of miraculous. The dedication and support Henry provided had made a profound impact on Luna's recovery. As the days went by, Luna's progress became increasingly evident. Her once hesitant steps had transformed into confident strides, and her cheerful demeanor had returned with a renewed sense of vitality. Henry's visits to Jessica's luxurious house became a cherished part of the routine. The bond between Henry and Luna had deepened significantly. They spent their time together, not just engaging in rehabilitation exercises, but also sharing stories, laughter, and moments of genuine connection. Their companionship had become a source of strength for both of them. One sunny afternoon, Jessica decided to surprise Henry and Luna with a small gathering at her house to celebrate Luna's progress. She invited a few close friends and family members to witness the remarkable transformation that had taken place. The atmosphere in the house was filled with excitement and anticipation. When Henry arrived, he was greeted by a warm reception. Jessica, Sarah, and the guests had decorated the house with colorful balloons and banners. Luna, dressed in a bright and cheerful outfit, eagerly waited for Henry's arrival. As Henry entered the room, Luna, with a beaming smile, walked over to him. Her steps were steady and confident. The sight of Luna walking without her wheelchair was a testament to the power of their bond and the healing that had occurred. Henry's eyes welled up with tears of joy as he embraced Luna. "Look at you, Luna," Henry said, his voice choked with emotion. "You're doing amazing. I'm so proud of you." Luna's eyes sparkled with gratitude. "Thank you, Henry. I couldn't have done it without you." Jessica, overwhelmed with happiness, addressed the guests. "I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Henry. His presence and support have been instrumental in Luna's recovery. We're truly blessed to have him in our lives." The guests applauded, acknowledging Henry's contribution. The celebration continued with laughter, heartfelt conversation, and a sense of shared joy. Henry felt an immense sense of fulfillment as he watched Luna interact with others, her confidence shining through. As the day came to a close, Jessica and Henry shared a quiet moment on the porch. The sunset cast a warm glow over the landscape as they reflected on the journey they had been through. "Henry, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done," Jessica said sincerely. "Luna's recovery has been nothing short of extraordinary, and is all thanks to your dedication and love." Henry smiled, feeling a deep sense of contentment. It's been a privilege to be part of Luna's journey. Seeing her walk again and thrive has been the greatest reward. Jessica nodded, her eyes filled with gratitude. You've given Luna a new lease on life, and for that, we will always be grateful. The celebration ended on a high note, with Luna expressing her gratitude and joy. The bond between Henry and Luna had become an integral part of their lives, and their connection was a reminder of the power of human relationships in overcoming challenges. As time went on, Luna continued to flourish, and Henry remained a cherished part of her life. Their story had become a symbol of hope and healing, demonstrating how unexpected relationships and genuine care could make a profound difference. Henry's commitment had transformed Luna's life, and their shared experiences had created a lasting impact. The theme of finding happiness and healing through unexpected connections had been beautifully realized in their journey. Their story was a testament to the power of love, companionship, and the resilience of the human spirit.